It's April 11th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR Today. In this show, we're talking about strategies, leverage. We're going to dive into MSTR's historic volatility, and not just MSTR, but all the Magnificent Seven. We're going to talk about hiring B players, as well as figuring out your MSTR ranking. I'm going to be sharing my specific strategy ranking, and feel free to share yours in the comment section if you so choose, or just have a goal to drive towards. We also have two epic video clips from Michael Saylor you're not going to want to miss. And this video is not financial advice, but please do comment below. Comment for support. Comment your strategy rank if you are so inclined, as I will be sharing shortly here. And just, comment for support. So thank you for that. It's much appreciated. And let's dive on in. All right. And our first post of the day is from Michael Saylor, who wants us to buy the future. And that is buy with a Bitcoin B. Michael Saylor's put in the work. He believes in Bitcoin. He believes in its future. I put in the work. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin's future, which of course is MSTR's future. So we are buying the future together. Chris says strategy isn't just buying Bitcoin, it's leveraging it to move the traditional financial world. TradFi is rigid, anchored in centuries of inertia, heavy, slow, fragile. But a new fulcrum has emerged: digital, finite, anti-fragile, Bitcoin. Strategy is the mechanism that Michael Saylor is using to leverage Bitcoin and drive a seismic paradigm shift. Every sat is carefully stacked beneath the greatest monetary pivot in history. As Bitcoin appreciates, so too does strategy's ability to reshape TradFi. Bitcoin is the hardest money ever known to humanity. Strategy is leveraging it to move the traditional finance world. And then, of course, a great graphic below. Strategy is leveraging Bitcoin to move the financial world. And then here is Michael Saylor, of course. Here is strategy with a fulcrum. There is Bitcoin. Strategy is the lever. Bitcoin is the fulcrum here. And then here's the traditional financial world that strategy is moving. And Archimedes says, give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it on, and I shall move the world. And again, we have that. I love this analogy. I love this graphic by Chris. Strategy is the lever, and believe me, it's long enough. Bitcoin is the fulcrum, and believe me, it's powerful enough. And with those two things, we as MSTR shareholders, and of course, Michael Saylor and the strategy team specifically, are moving the financial world. And I am proud to be a part of it. Jeff Walton says, I couldn't imagine not owning Bitcoin right now. Neither could I, Jeff. Neither could I. And Michael Saylor wants to remind us that Bitcoin is powered by chaos. It's powered by chaos. So when you see it go up and you see it go down, you see it go left and right, guess what? It is powered by chaos. The volatility is a good thing. Volatility is vitality for Bitcoin, for MSTR. It keeps it interesting. If it's not interesting, it's boring. And if it's boring, it's dead. It's the chaos, it's the volatility that keeps everything going at such an amazing level. Now, strategy wants us to know that historic volatility of MSTR and the Magnificent Seven has increased 200 to 300 BPS in the last 4 days, and volatility is vitality. End of story. And now for these Magnificent Seven, they don't necessarily need or love the volatility that much. MSTR both needs, wants, and loves this volatility. So this is a great thing for MSTR. We always want to see it. We love to see it. Volatility is vitality. Volatility is a feature. It is not a bug. Go, go, go. Okay. The Bitcoin therapist says the danger of the fiat system has everyone running to gold. When QE, quantitative easing, starts, there will be a frenzy. Bitcoin will go on an epic run. Any companies holding Bitcoin will go parabolic. We are long overdue for multiple large monthly green candles. Be patient and good luck. Yes. Be patient, my friends, and good luck. The MicroStrategist wants us to know that we should not be hiring A players if you want your business to succeed. Hire B players, and that's B with a Bitcoin B. And this is just a note on Fong Li here, who is the CEO of Strategy. If you've watched the last few videos of MSTR Today, this show, I went through and I actually shared this entire presentation that Fong Lee gave a little while ago at MIT. He absolutely crushed it. I would definitely recommend watching this. I'll put this presentation in the show notes below, but it was amazing. And it just shows you that Michael Saylor has hired like-minded individuals. He has hired B players, and that is B with a Bitcoin B. Strategy is united. Strategy is on the same mission. They have the same mindset. Everybody on the strategy team, on Saylor's team, they have the same vision, the same goals. So, people would say, what if Saylor gets hit by a bus? Well, guess what? Strategy will keep moving forward in the same direction because he has the team in place that is going to dominate going forward. Some of you know, but not all of you know, I've actually been doing a daily podcast for 13 years called Entrepreneurs on Fire. I interview the world's most successful entrepreneurs. I've done over 4,600 interviews since 2012. Again, 7 days a week. And people come up to me and they say, John, like your business is going to collapse if you get hit by a bus. Like you're the only person that can do this because you're the brand, you're the voice. And I'm like, well, you're right. In this case, you are right. But in Strategy's case with MSTR, he has the team in place. It is exciting, my friends, to see what the future is going to behold. And the last thing I want to share is Chris's post about what are you? Are you a shrimp who has less than one share of MSTR? I'm a shrimp every day because I buy less than one share of MSTR. And I don't think I'll ever buy more than one share every day because that would mean that the share prices would go under $210 because I buy $210 every day. You never know. Could happen. If it does, I'll probably start buying more than one share every day at that price point. So I quickly was able to become a crab by that strategy. And then you have a fish, which is 100 to 999 shares, a dolphin, which is 1,000 to 4,999 shares. And this is actually currently where I am right now. I'm a dolphin. Then you have a shark, which is 5,000 to 10,000 shares. A whale is 10,000 to 50,000. And then a humpback's over 50,000. And you can see, actually, I did post here on Chris's post. Currently a dolphin, less than a max fish away from a shark and pushing every day. So with this information, you can actually know quite closely exactly how many shares of MSTR I have. So you can do the math if you so choose. And by the way, if you're willing to, post below which one of these you are. And again, you should be proud to be any of these. Proud to be be proud to be a crab. Be proud to be a fish. These are going to be amazing places to be in the upcoming years, in my opinion, because it's inevitable. And we have 2 epic Michael Saylor clips coming up as soon as we get back from thanking our sponsors. So check it out. I know we're all looking to stack more Bitcoin and MSTR, and to do that, we need more fiat. So let's chat about our sponsor, ShipStation. We all know the market can seem pretty chaotic at times, but if you're in charge of order fulfillment for your business, you already understand chaos. While we might not be able to help calm the chaos in the market, ShipStation is here to help when it comes to shipping and fulfillment. I've used ShipStation to easily automate shipping to customers around the globe. My favorite part about the platform, managing orders in one simple dashboard makes an otherwise massive task feel pretty darn simple. Plus, ShipStation not only integrates with the services and selling channels you already use, it's also the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers. ShipStation hooks you up with discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/MSTR to sign up for your free trial, or click the pinned comment below this video. That's shipstation.com/MSTR. And thank you for supporting our sponsors that allow myself and my team to continue to produce these daily videos for you for free. Now back to the show. How is it that some businesses just nail it when it comes to marketing and selling products? Think about brands like Heinz or Allbirds. Well, the truth is, an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business making selling and for shoppers buying simple. And for millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and they also have a not so secret, Shop Pay, which boosts conversions up to 50%. Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Want to grow your business? Then your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Just remember, businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Heinz and Allbirds use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/MSTR, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/MSTR to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/MSTR.
I would say allocate 100 hours of your life to study it.
Re-
The average person works 2,000 hours a year, 40 years.
Yeah,
You're going to work 80,000 hours in your life to make money. You should work 100 hours of your life to keep it. It's really a tragedy that you would work for 40 or 50,000 hours and then lose all your money because it's ripped off
yeah,
or it's debased away because you didn't know where to store it. So I think it's a good investment to spend 100 hours. I think the place to start is read a book like the Bitcoin Standard, read the
agree.
bullish case for Bitcoin, go take a course. They're online. If you go to hope.com, just remember Bitcoin is hope, and go to HOPE, you'll see a lot of free courses on Bitcoin. You'll see a lot of books. You'll see a lot of resources. You'll see videos.
Exactly.
Go do your own research. Talk to your friends that know it and ask them where they got their information. And I think, after you've done your research, then you'll be in a position to make a decision. But the way I think of it is, if you had a bunch of money, if you had any amount of money, maybe you managed to save $100,000 over the course of your life. If I drop you in Africa and I tell you buy anything with it, but you have to keep it for 100 years and give it to your grandchildren, what would you buy? And maybe nothing. There's nothing you would buy in the entire continent. Now, if I said to you something more simple, what are you going to buy that you're going to give to your granddaughter or your grandson that's going to actually keep them economically sound 50 years from now?
Yeah,
A car? A house? Some land? Some shares of stock? Which company will be around in 50 years?
yes,
A bar of gold? A painting? Right? So if you think about it, is I'm going to actually buy a Bitcoin and I'm going to give it to my kids or my kids' kids. It's generational wealth transfer. Why? Why does that make sense? It makes sense because everybody in the world has the same problem you have. And when they buy it, when I buy it and I bought 214,246, when I buy the next one, it will increase the value of your Bitcoin.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody in the world that's got smart money, everybody's got your problem. They want to keep their money, they want to give it to their children. Everybody, every corporation, every charity, every family, there's nobody that wants to lose all their money. And they're all worried about, can I trust the currency? Can I trust the bank? Can I trust the company? Will my building get taxed? Can I afford property taxes? How do I save my money and how do I transfer it to the next generation? Bitcoin is a solution. You should put in the work to determine whether you agree. If you don't agree, then you save your money. But if you get to the point where you become comfortable, you start to realize that you've got the same problem billions of other people have. There's one solution which is better than every other option. So far, hundreds of millions of people have chosen it. Hundreds of billions of dollars have been invested in it. There's 1.4 trillion in the network. We think it's going to keep growing. If you join the network, you benefit along with the rest of us. And if
Yeah.
you don't join the network, then it grows without you. And then you better pick something else that you love, that you think is better.
Yeah,
And that is up to every individual, I think. Not only is it a digital commodity, it is the digital commodity. The most profound thing that happened is is 2 weeks ago, the president signed into law via the executive order, Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. David Sachs said, Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer, spawned via an immaculate conception. It is decentralized. We recognize it as a store of value. It is our digital gold. You have the most powerful person in the world and members of the cabinet that are saying that it's the policy of the United States government that Bitcoin is the one digital commodity in the world. That's going to ripple. And, you know, I can create a digital commodity, theoretically, an asset without an issue, and I can give it a protocol that inflates it 5% every year. I could create any kind of inflationary monetary protocol. For example, corn and oil are commodities. No one doubts the fact they're commodities, but they're not scarcity. They're not capped. Bitcoin wasn't just a brilliant creation of a digital commodity. Bitcoin was brilliant because Satoshi capped the supply at 21 million. If I give you an inflation rate of 2% and the supply of gold, the economic half-life of your wealth is 36 years. When I give you an inflation rate of 0% in your digital gold, the half-life of your economic wealth is infinite. It is forever. The difference between 2% inflation and 0% inflation is you're dead in 36 years with 2% inflation, and you live forever with 0% inflation. Next time someone tells you that it's just a little bit of inflation and the 2% doesn't matter, I just want you to think about that, the half-life of 36 years versus the half-life of 1 billion years.
And there you have it, another episode of MSTR Today. And here's my receipt from yesterday. I bought a 0.747 share of MSTR. The price point was $282, and I paid $211 to do so, as I am buying a $210-ish purchase of Strategy every single day of every single trading day of 2025. And then every Sunday, I'm going to share with you my entire portfolio. So tune in then for the portfolio reveal of how I'm doing. I think my average cost per share right now is 310. So getting around break even, but we'll see what happens over the next couple of days, or actually just today. We'll see what happens with the markets to see how close I get to break even, or if I dip even further below. Now, remember, there's a ton of FUD out there. I mean, these China tariffs are getting pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. It seems like this 90-day pause has been a good thing, but we have no idea what's going to happen during this pause. How are the negotiations going to go? So just stay buckled in. It's going to be a wild, wild few months. It's going to be a wild, wild few years. I mean, this world is just a wild place. It always really has been, and it always really will be. But remember, volatility is where Bitcoin thrives. Volatility is vitality for MSTR. So just keep surrounding yourself with the right people. I mean, this video is 15 minutes where you're surrounding yourself with me, who's very pro Bitcoin, very pro MSTR. I truly believe in the thesis. I believe it's inevitable. That is a belief that I have, that it's inevitable. Of course, only time will tell, but it is definitely my belief. And I hope it's a lot of yours as well. As we continue to drive forward, I'm going to keep bringing you great content. And remember, like Michael Saylor said, there is no second best.
What's the second best? There is no second best.